Hello, Budapest. And thank you very much, Yoji, for inviting me. I think, my name is Margareta Griesz, Brissons. I did not understand what you said about me, but much too much. I'm just a simple neurologist. And I think that for the last 2.5 years, we were struggling to understand and to make sense what's going on, but above all, how to get out of it. I think, okay, thank you. I think that we all could agree that with scientific arguments, with medical arguments, or with the present state of our legal systems, we cannot hope for any help to get out of it. I usually start my talks with 1 minute of silence to think and to honor all the people who died, all the people that we lost during this crisis of the disease, of the measures, of despair and suicide, of hunger, to think about each one of us's pain that we experienced in our own way, and to finish in peace and in gratitude, because obviously we needed a crisis of this extent to make us aware that we cannot continue like this. If you want, give each other or hold each other by your hand, so for us to feel the power that we are belonging together. 1 minute of silence. Yoshi, please let me know when we are done. Yeah? Hold each other by your hand. It's really powerful. You can give your hand. Okay, thank you very much. In these 2.5 years, we experienced that random issues and random constructs were lifted up to the level of the holy cow that do not need verification, no evidence, and no one should question. Humanity was held hostage by claims which were never proven, and no matter at what cost to the environment, to the economy, to human life or human health, the madness did not stop. The degree of absurdity of what is going on is absolutely mind-boggling, yet the entire planet complies. This fact is as shocking as it is scary. Did humanity lose its own sense of, or healthy common sense, and just complies to some notions of mysterious self-proclaimed science? You do not have to be a PhD to master your life. You can master everyday living and raise your children with your own healthy common sense. Do not be scared of some kind Do not be scared of some kind of very complex hypotheses and theories. Oh my God, I'm just a small little human being. I do not understand this, so I should better comply what someone else tells me to do. Be aware that more complex a theory sounds, the higher is its risk to be false. We have to be aware that science and medicine is not the same. Science, by definition, has to focus and limit itself to a small aspect. It's practically looking through a keyhole. This aspect has to be, or science tries to understand, prove or disprove this one little aspect. Medicine, on the other hand, has to use the information of interdisciplinary science and try to apply it to the individual human being, patient, that's sitting in front of him. Two extremely different things. To this, the doctor has two possibilities of approach. One is to work prospectively, meaning on his knowledge and his experience of physiology, of pathophysiology, of pathogenesis. He can somehow judge which treatment might be beneficial or might be at risk for this patient. The other type of treatment would be the so-called, the first one would be process or mechanism-based medicine. Prospective medicine involves the knowledge and the experience of the doctors. The second part of, or the second way of treating a patient would be so-called evidence-based medicine, the holy cow of present medicine. You cannot question. What does evidence-based medicine mean? It means that the physician makes an observation. Then you have to find someone with enough money, with enough interest to put together a double-blind study to involve ethics and to involve statistical measures to bring out an outcome. This means that this is a type of retrospective medicine. So I made the observation, the patient sits in front of me, but nobody invested money yet to tell me what I'm supposed to do. Do you understand the difference? And you probably ask yourself, what does this have to do with our present problem? Okay. If COVID-19 was indeed a new disease, a new virus, we never heard about it, we never experienced it. This means that there was zero information, zero knowledge about it, and certainly zero evidence. This means, on the other hand, that the physician, having a patient in front of him, has to work on his knowledge and on his experience. The absolute dogma in medicine is that no non-medical institution, agency, or whatever politician can interfere with the doctor's decision. So how come, when in 2020 the madness started, not all the doctors cried out and stopped the madness right away? Because a non-medical agency asks us to treat something of which no one knows what it is about. But physicians were quiet, submitted without questioning. On the other hand, how come the population of the entire world did not cry out? This is not how I want to treat my mother, having her alone somewhere in a hospital where I cannot visit her, or I cannot be at her bedside or at her deathbed. Why did the entire population of the planet say, we treat our diseases different, we know our body, we know what we can do? Why did we submit and did not even ask questions? What I want to say is that in these 2.5 years, or these 2.5 years showed us that not the government of one nation, but the governments of almost 99% or whatever, of almost every nation on the planet sold their population. What does this tell us? Is there from anywhere any hope and any savior to be expected? Or do we have to get it eventually into our heads that we have to be the one who make the change? How do we do that? Please, the first thing, work on your trust in yourself and in your own common self. Trust in the power of our communities. Be aware and weary of manipulation, weary of self-proclaimed authorities and experts. Have the courage to say, to question and to say no. Let's be very firm, because as we can see, COVID was just the beginning, that carbon dioxide and now war and so on. Let's, as the population of the planet, be very firm and decisive and say no to any kind of war. It was never one people that created a war against the other people, but it was always the silence of people who made wars possible. We have to be aware that, again, our strength of character is in question. And above everything and above all, we have to realize that Mother Earth is not our enemy. Every virus, bacteria, parasite, and so on, was for millions of years before us on this planet. And we were able to develop into higher and higher species with their help. We have to realize that only when we recognize, and we humbly recognize, our place on this planet, we have a chance to survive. Our physical source is Mother Earth, and our spiritual source is God. And only as part of His creation, we will survive. For this, I think, for the very first time, we as the humanity of this planet have the chance to literally work together, because it's only us who can do it. We were salt, so there is no one coming to help and save us. So please, let's stick together.